Thanks for joining me today. I hope that you are having a wonderful Wednesday. Sorry I have this weird setup in front of me, but I don't know how to get around it unless I invest in more cameras, and I'm not ready to do that. So I think that now I'm connected with YouTube and Facebook. Looks like the connections are going good. So the purpose for today's video is to do the 3-card set that is going to be using the Flowers of Beauty stamp set and also the Unbounded Love for our readings. So thanks so much for joining me live. I hope that you will say hello and let me know that you are there and that you are going to be crafting along at the same time. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me switch over here so I can see your comments. Oh, that's not the right one. That's not the right one. There it is back there. Okay. Great. All right, now I think I can see your comments if you're joining live. And so let me switch over to my desk. There, I hope that you are now seeing my desk. If you aren't, please let me know. Alrighty, so the very first card that we're going to start with is the green one, which is actually Summer Splash. So go ahead and take out your Summer Splash card set. And then in that, there are 2 white pieces. One is the exact same size as the card when it's folded. And that's the one we're going to stamp our flower images on. I'm going to set my card base across here, and then this one is slightly smaller. You'll notice that's slightly smaller, and so that is for the inside, and we are going to stamp on that to beautify our inside. These are the pieces we're going to use to layer up, and then this is going to layer up on the front. What we're going to do to get started, let me go ahead and show you the card because you haven't seen what we're making. So we're gonna do we're gonna stamp these things on our scrap piece. We're gonna stamp our greeting, and then after we have those stamped and die cut, then we're gonna stamp the background of the card and put this all together. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started with our stamping. The first one I want, first 2 I want. As a matter of fact, I'll just get all of my stamps ready. These are so beautiful. I love them. So this is the one that goes on top. This more solid one is the one that is going to be the bottom. And then I'm also going to use this little double leaf image. So I'll get that ready on a block. I'm going to use the flowers. And then the flower centers as well. There we go. And is that it for now? Did I use all of these? I feel like maybe I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think I did this one too. Now, if you don't have enough blocks to do that, I understand. You'll just need to clean in between. And I'll try to go slow so that you don't feel too rushed while you're putting your kits together. And then I also am going to take out my greeting that I'm going to use, which is just for you out of this Unbounded Love set. And sometimes these are really hard for me to read. There. There it is. Kind of in the middle. And then one more block. And already I am pushing myself out of room. All right, so I'm going to start with the Summer Splash. And I'll go ahead and get that greeting stamped. So that's done and out of the way. Now you can stamp this trying to get it straight, or you can do it kind of slanted. I know that when I'm writing notes, I tend to slant upwards. And then I'll set that aside. Let's go ahead and stamp. Is this the bottom? Nope, that's the top. So I'm going to actually stamp this off and do a second generation for my base, and then I'm going to stamp the top stamp in first generation to get that full effect. So let me grab, set those right back there, a piece of scrap paper to stamp that off on. And I probably should have that on the foam. And then right away, I just wonder if I'm going to give it a little huff. Give it time to sink in. That's really pretty. And now we're going to take the top one and stamp right on top of that. I'm going to stand for this. I'm a little low on light. I don't know how it looks to you, but for me it's a little bit of a struggle here. So I'm going to move some light over. Hopefully that will help. So what I'm looking at here to line this up are the stems. Once I feel like I have the stems lined up from top to bottom, then I'm feeling pretty good. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh. Okay, so we're going to do that same thing, so you get to practice again on the piece that goes inside the card. So once again, with the base piece, and then stamp off. And then because this is the inside, I do want to kind of pay attention to where I'm stamping. So the other one I just could stamp anywhere because I'm going to cut it out. But this one is going to be left there. All right, let's go ahead and get the top stamp. Love these two-step stamps. Okay, lining up my stems again. Oops, I didn't see that very well. They are not lined up. That one's lined up and nothing else is. I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm done with that stamp pad, and now I'm going to grab the Pretty in Pink. Both of these colors are from the 2024-2026 in colors. And it looks like somebody just joined. I'd love to know that I hope that you'll say hello and let me know that you're with me. Okay, so I'm going to put the three little ones on top and the bigger ones towards the bottom. And then I also like, let's see, I like to have this flower right here, this one right here, I don't know if you can see what I'm pointing to, is going to go on that leaf right there. So the third leaf down. And that's how I decide. Other than that, I don't really... Yeah, I guess actually there's these three up here, and I kind of wrap them around that second leaf. And what I mean by, oh, sorry about that. What I mean by second leaf is this one. So I call this one the first leaf, not the second leaf. And see how those three, I just kind of wrapped that around there. Now, it doesn't line up perfectly. There's no like perfect setting for these to go in here. So whatever you do is going to be fine. No one's going to know that I told you to do it a particular way, right? Oh, I need to do that again on this because I'm going to cut it out. And I thought that was inked up a little too strong. So I'm going to be a little more gentle. And when it dries, it is going to... gonna do that little extra bit. It always helps to have extra bits of pretty things to put on your card, I think. So now we're ready to do the flower middles. So I have Petunia Pop, and I'll go ahead and start with that little one. Now there's this little flower right here seems to be like on its side, and then this one's on its side, so that's how I'm lining it up. There we go. And then we'll do these. I'm not standing, so oh, my ink pads are so juicy. I should probably push that back a little bit, although that looks good. Can you guys see okay? Is there enough light, or should I put more light on the subject? Would you let me know in the comments? And so again, this is what's going to go on the inside. All right, so that inside piece is now done, unless you're going to stamp some other greeting. The front says just for you, so you know, it could be for anything really. Is there anything else I need to cut? No, that will take care of it. So I'm just going to snip these apart with my paper snips, and then I'm going to use my mini embossing folder to cut these out with the dies. And I know that some of you will be crafting along with me as you watch, so I'm going to kind of try to keep it really slow and mellow, so hopefully you can craft along with me. And if you are, I'd love to hear that you are. Or you can yell at me through the computer, slow down. All right, let me set these aside inside the card, all those pieces, so I don't lose them. And I'm just gonna move my foam right up here. And I can use the mini for all of my cuts today. Oops, sorry for the loud snap. Alrighty, so let's first start with this base. So that's this one, and then I'm going to need the flowers, and then that little one, that little separate one of just 3. Let me reach back here and grab a piece of tape. Now, if you don't have this stamp set and you're doing some other, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time lining this up today. Okay, so I'm looking up there. I'm also looking at the stems. And I think that will do it. Yeah. You just want to use some other similar type of long leaf. And if you are not using the Summer Splash color, I think that, say, Shaded Spruce would look good with the Summer Splash paper that I sent you. Also, Lost Lagoon or Pool Party, I think would also look great. Okay, set that over there with the dies. Get the little paper chunks off. And then we'll do our flowers. And I'm off shot, sorry. It's because everything in shot is blinding me. Okay, there we go. Should work. And then let's get the die for the little ones. I also need another piece of tape. And there we go. I feel like with the mini, the more centered your dies and paper are, the easier this is to go through. And saying that, you see I have this a little too far up. I don't know if I adjusted it better or not. Let's try turning it around. There, tricks of the trade. If it doesn't go through one way, try it the other way. Alrighty. Now I don't want to lose any of these sweet little things. I'll try to save that piece of tape so I can use it again. It isn't really stuck to that piece of paper. And die cuts over there. There we go. And there's a couple more over here stuck to the tape. There and there. Okay. That is it for the die cutting machine for the moment. So let me bring this back. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my silicone mat to get this gluing done. Excuse me. So this was the extra. Here's the tiny little 3. So that's going to go up there. And then I'm doing this one right about here. And then I'm going to do this long set of 4 with the small one on top. It's going to go about there. And then this group of 3 in there. And then this group of 4, I'm going to put right there. And then I have one more. Where does that little baby go? I think this one goes up higher, and then that one goes there. Yep, okay, great. Let's see, will tweezers do it? Let's try the tweezers. Isn't that pretty? It's such a beautiful design. Oh, that was a lot of glue. There. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the 4. We'll do this one. And then the 3. If you wanted, you could do this part with dimensionals. You could add those flowers with dimensionals. I don't think that would hurt anything. And if you're joining me live, I'd love for you to say hello. Even if you can't stay and watch, or you don't have the kit, don't feel left out. You can watch and learn and hang out. Okay, I think that's ready. I think we have a little more stamping to do, and then we can put the whole thing together. All right, get that out of the way. Let me stand this up over here. Tweezers back. All right, so let's go ahead and deal with these. And let me go ahead and put my insert in. There we go. All right. So for these blocks, one's going to be at the top, and then if you want to do it just like this, then 1, 2, 3, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 little notches, and then this one's going to be there, and it's going to have 2 little notches showing, and that's going to go, I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. And then this bottom one is going to have 3 little notches over, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 showing. So 3 notches over, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. And a little bit of glue there. Glue that down, make sure it's straight. And then the just for you is going to go over here like that. Then this lovely piece is going to go there, which at this point I think you could stop. I think that that is beautiful right there. But I tend not to stop, but to keep going. And so I have a little bit hanging off the bottom and a little bit hanging off the top. I want about I want it down further, so I want about 1/2 inch there. I want this leaf to come over into the greeting area. And there. And notice I didn't put a ton of glue, so that's a little bit floppy, but I like that. And now I'm grabbing some mini dimensionals to put that on. And I'll be generous with these. Let me put the lid on the glue. I had a heck of a time with that glue last night, so I should probably try to keep the lid on. And I'm going to go ahead and take the backings off of these so I don't forget any. So how you doing? Are you keeping up? Or not trying? And then this one. All right, and then just position that on top of that foliage that we had in white, and it looks so full and beautiful. Oh, I love it. All right, so let's bring in, and this one's going to go here. Go ahead and add that. I think this time I'm going to glue it instead of putting it on a dimensional. I don't know why. So in the corner of the Just For You greeting. All right, so back with the ink. And then we're using this little double leaf image. What do you think so far? You liking it? Summer splash. So I want these leaves to poke out from behind these pieces here. So I want one right there. I'm just going to kind of hover and then carefully move my little top piece away. And then I'm going to come in here on that side. And then I'm going to do one right here. And then let's do one down here. And I have 4, and I really should have 5 because, you know, odd numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and add that one up here. All right, this is ready to go down, and 1 card done. Yay! I will be gluing this. All right, if you're liking that, I would love if you would give me a thumbs up. And in just a moment, we will be starting the second one. Oh, oops, I shouldn't have been working on my silicone mat because that's where the glue is. So now I need to get some glue off of the back of my card. There we go. Let's find some bling to go on here. I'm going to use the 2024-2026 In Color Shimmer Gems. And I used the Petunia Pop color. And I had one here. And I was pretty happy with where I put these, so I'm going to repeat the design. And then, wait, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't repeat the design. Put one here. And there. And then another little one over here. Can you hear that rumble truck outside? That is my darling husband. When he left this morning, he knew he wasn't going to be working very long today, and he said that he wanted to, when he got home, he would be home around noon, and he wanted to practice. And what that means is, I have my brother who plays the guitar. He's a great guitar player, great singer, so he's going to be here in about 10 days, and other family here as well. And we're gonna try to perform Seven Bridges Road together, the three of us. Now, I'm used to singing in front of people. My husband is not used to singing in front of people, so that's gonna be really fun. Okay, so what do you think? Thumbs up? Yeah? Okay, let's get on to the second one. And if you're joining me live, I'd love for you to say hello. All right, so let's go ahead and do this one because it was on top. And so take out your pink card and all of its pieces. And what you should have in there is, oh wow, look at that. That's kind of weird. You should have a circle. I'm not sure why there's a circle in there. Oh, maybe it was supposed to go in the other card. I'll set that aside. The little greeting that we're going to stamp on, and that looks like it goes to the other card too. I apologize if yours were messed up as well. This goes on the inside. Set that aside. You should have one full one of these, and then this little single guy. So that's like a total of 6 leaves. Now we are going to be cutting that off. If I did that for you, great, although I don't think I did. So you'll need these 4 pieces, and you can use whichever side you want. I'm going to repeat the design that I did on the original card. This one's super easy. Did I do anything on the inside? Oh yeah, I did. Looky there. Oh my goodness. I did a water technique. Yay. That's going to be fun. All right, so let's go ahead and get the front taken care of, and then we'll get watery. So are you a fan of the Seven Bridges Road? Love that song. Okay, so there you can go ahead and get started with putting this together because of the way the pieces were designed to go on here. So if you use the dark piece, we're putting it in the lower right hand corner with about 1/8 of an inch border here and here. And yes, it doesn't go all the way over. That it was designed that way. And then this is going to go here, but to keep yourself straight, go ahead and do the top piece, which is this pretty and pink piece. Oh, you know, I think I was inspired by this designer series paper. It looks a little watery. I think that's why I did the watery in the back, in the inside, to kind of mimic that from the designer series paper. So up here, again, 1/8 of an inch across the top and 1/8 of an inch there. And for those of you who do not have this kit, let me go ahead and tell you what the measurements are. So this is 3 3/4 by 1.5. I think this is the same. 3 3/4 by 1.5. Yeah. And then this one is 3 3/4, so they're all 3 3/4 width. But this one is, it appears to be almost 2. I don't know if yours is 2 or 1 and 15/16. So almost 2, but I suppose, okay, so now this one is going to be tilted just a little tiny bit of a tilt there. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that down as well. And then this will go on with dimensionals, and we'll put it right up to the edge on the right hand side. So I'm going to grab my large dimensionals. And then we will stamp that greeting, which I stamped in Petunia Pop. There we go. All right, so some stamping to be done. Same stamp set, Unbounded Love. If you don't have this, then you can grab whichever stamp set you want to use for whatever greeting you're going to be using. I'm going to go with Happy Birthday. And Petunia Pop. So anyway, as I said, later on I will be practicing 7 Bridges Road with my husband. That'll be fun. He has totally learned how to sing since I have been with him. He could not keep a tune. But see, I don't want that on there. He joined choir at church and learned how to keep a tune and follow along and learn to listen, and he's getting better all the time. And now at first he wouldn't take any instruction from me, which I don't know, it's kind of weird, but he wouldn't. But now he is, because of his experience in choir, I think it's become a little bit easier for him to take instruction from me. So I'm excited. I hope that my family enjoys it when we sing for them. Alrighty. So I think this whole piece can go under here like that. Yep. Let's see, where's it going there? Are you a fan of the 7 Bridges Road song? And then let's put these 2 up here, and we'll do this 3rd one down here. So a little bit of glue right there to capture that. And then a little bit more down here to capture the 3rd. Alrighty, is that on dimensionals? It is. So let's get some dimensionals on that. And I am going for center-ish. There. Now you should have received in your kit a piece of Pretty in Pink. But if you notice on the card, it is not whole. Now if you prefer to keep it whole, you can, but what I did was cut it down the middle and then tied those two pieces together into a bow. So what was your vote? Leave it in one piece or cut it apart? See, is that enough for me to tie a bow in? Not quite. A little bit more. Oh, that'll be plenty. So what are you thinking about this one? Do you like this one better than the green one? You like the green one better? Which is your favorite so far? I seem to have too much on the right, so I'm going to restart my bow. Let's see, pull that apart, make it a little fluffier. I love all these random strings. A little bit of shabby chic going on. And that's just going to get tucked under there like that. I'm going to tuck it in with a glue dot. And then some gems. And I've chosen to use the Shy Shamrock gems on this one. See, let's do that one there, and then one more. That one wants to get away from me over here, up by the bow. There we go. All right, time for that fun inside. Let me remind myself of how I did it. Get this out of the way. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my silicone mat. And you know what? Maybe all I did was spray the stamp after I inked it. I think that's what I did. Okay, let's do a little cleaning up here. Do I need these for the next one? Yes, I do. So I'm just gonna spritz these with my Stampin' Mist, and then I like to grab a microfiber cloth and just clean them off. Okay, so this one I'm saving. I'm going to use that one. I'm also going to use this one, which is the top layer, the bottom layer. Actually, this one's the top layer. This one's the bottom layer. You can tell because the stem doesn't come all the way through. On the top layer, the stem doesn't come all the way through these little sprig things on the side, but for the bottom layer, it does. It comes all the way up. And then these, do I need these later? I don't think I need these later. Take that off of there. There, can you hear the rumble truck moving again? Oh, I'm so sorry. I know that's so loud. Okay. So, stamp set again. I'm going to use the outline of the flower only. And was there anything else I used on there? Yes, yes, yes. I used the flower center. Okay. So pretty in pink. And let me get my spritzer. I think I was using it last night. So it's here. And I don't need this. I need this. I don't want to use that paper because I don't want to get blue on here, but I do want to protect this. So I'll use that. Okay. The reason why I'm particular is because there might be ink on this, and I'm coming right up to the edge with my stamping, and I don't want to collect any other colors off of the pad. Since my stamp will be wet, it's more likely to collect extra color from anything that's nearby. All right, oh, I already have my ink pad out here. So I think that I masked. All right, so we're gonna spritz and then let it soak in a bit. Love it. And then it looks like what I did was I masked off right there. I'm just going to do that with a Post-it note. So I don't need to spritz again. I'll just see. Up here like that, and then I'll just cut it out. And I don't need to cut the whole thing out. All I need to do is cut the very top, and I'm going to cut right on the line of the image. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just there. And it'll work. And then just set that right down on there. We're going to ink up again and spritz again. This will be tucked in on top of the other one. There. Okay. So then I can use this mask again, even though it doesn't fit perfectly on top of there. I don't need to ink up the whole thing, but it will help me from stamping on top of that flower. So we're gonna do just the very top of that, so about from here up. I'm gonna get that ink that I got on the top of the block off, give it a little spritz, and then that's gonna get stamped right on top of those flowers like that. And then we're going to use the same petunia pop for the leaves. I don't know if I want all of that stem. I'm going to wipe away a little bit of it. And then a little spritz. That, and we'll do it again. A little spritz. So pretty. Okay. All right, so the center. I need to do the center. A little spritz. Did water get on there? I don't know if it did. Let's go for it. And I'm just going to use what I have left over for that one, which wasn't enough, so let's redo that. Thought it would be enough, but there we go. Now I did have some splatters on here, so I'm gonna just use my marker for that, but you could put some of this ink on a block, just like dip it in there and grab a paintbrush with some water on it to do splatters that way if you don't have the markers. But since I do have the markers, I'm just going to use the marker to do some splatters. Love it. And that was Petunia Pop. All right, that is ready for the inside of the card. Well, I'm seeing people pop in and stay, and nobody's chatting. I wonder if the chat is working. If you would do me a huge favor, somebody who's watching right now, say hi to me so I know if my chat's working. I won't hold it against you if you don't stay, I promise. There. I love it. That would make a pretty card front, wouldn't it? Do that in the upper corner. Oh yeah. See, the next idea. Here it is. All right, 2 cards done. Let's get on to the third. Lid on the glue. Let me wipe that off. And I will need my peach pie and Calypso coral. And the only ink from the ink colors I did not use today was Shy Shamrock. All right, so with your third set, looks like this. So you should have this piece and that layering piece. You should have one of these and the inside. Also this circle and this strip. You should also have a little piece of string as well. So let me show you the card. Looks like this. Let's see, did I do the inside? I did. Oh, that looks pretty. All right, so let's get stamping. I'm gonna need that to stamp on. And the circle gets stamped on and the greeting gets stamped on that. These are for layering up. Alrighty, so that flower that I just used, let's get that clean, and then we also need the flower center. We will need the leaf and the leaf center. So we're using most of the stamps out of the stamp set. Just fun. And then back to the large one. So the stem goes all the way through these little twigs. That's the one you want. So I'm going to start with that one with the Calypso coral. And I'm going to stamp the whole thing on here. Give it a moment to sink in, and then come up and stamp again. Slightly turning it and getting that little shadow up there. Not pretty. Okay, so that's for the inside. And now on the circle, we're gonna do this flower. And then we're going to stamp the leaves. In the same color, same Calypso coral. Oh, hello, Michelle. Yay, it works. The chat works. I was wondering. Alrighty, so now we're using peach pie to stamp the inside. So how are you doing, Michelle? And the peach pie to do the inside of the flower as well. Okay, we've been at this for an hour. We are almost done, I promise. Now on my original, I did little extras around here. I'm not so sure I want to do that this time. I think I'm going to leave it like that. Ooh, maybe I could do splatters. Let's do splatters instead of little flowers. Unless you want the flowers, you do the flowers. I'm going to splatter with the Calypso coral, or again, you could do that with some ink. and water. Set that aside. The greeting. Going to stamp hello on that greeting. And is that in here? It probably is. Yep, it is. Hello, there it is. Calypso coral again. Oh, that will be wonderful, Michelle, when you can do that again. We're doing great. Thank you for asking. Jackson's having a busy summer of golf. He just did something absolutely spectacular yesterday and shot 5 under. I don't know if you know what that means, but it's like an incredibly good score for golf. So we're super proud of him. It's really fun. It's been a fun summer to watch him grow and kind of take his golf to the next level. So there we go. And then this is going to get glued on there. Now, I will admit that this layout, I kind of stole the idea from another wonderful demonstrator. I don't know her name, but her channel is Onyago. I think that's the way she says it, but it looks like Onyago. Stampin'. Oh, it looks like we tied that around. So I don't know how much string I gave ya, but hopefully enough to tie it around. And I'm just gonna pull one out. Oh, did I move that? I moved it. Eek. She did this layout with Latte Love. I thought it was really just a primo layout. So I will probably be borrowing it often. I might have used 2 of these strings on the original card. Okay, the string's not thick. It's hard for me to hold that still, so I'm just going to go ahead and knot it. I can't do that with ribbon because it's way too thick to do a knot on top of a bow, but with something this tiny, the extra knot doesn't hurt anything. There. And then I do want this to kind of overlap it. Oh, I want that flower to be right side up. Yeah, good. All right. Dimensionals. And cut the glue. Let's put the glue lid on. One last piece. Did I cut it? Yes, I did. I don't want that to be caught. I want the bow flying free. Like that. Okay. Did I send you this to do on the front? I didn't give myself one of those. I'm wondering if I sent you one. It is all from the same paper, and perhaps I didn't give myself one because I might have run out of it. Those colors look so beautiful together, don't they? The Calypso Coral and Peach Pie. I like it with the extra, but no one will ever know. There was supposed to be another piece of paper there, will they? Okie dokie. Bling. So I think I'm going to use the Peach Pie bling on this one. And I think I'm going to add them to the circle. Since I kind of left that circle a little blank. Out here next to the greeting is also a great place for a dimension or a bling. But I'm going to put all three of them there. Okay. There's the comparison. And here are all cards that we made together. And of course, if you need any Stampin' Up! Supplies, where's this little guy going? Feel free to visit my store. This is where it is, Stampin' Up! Store. It is Stampin' Up!, just has my name attached to it. It's a lovely way for you to say thank you to me. Using this code is also a lovely way of saying thank you. It's good for the month of July. This is all messed up. Probably all that spritzing that I did, huh? But don't use this if you are ordering more than 150 because I want you to get the rewards if you're ordering more than 150. And which one was your favorite? And stay tuned for the next event. Watch for your packets in the mail, those of you who place orders with me for the next time we get to do this. It has been enjoyable. I hope that you have enjoyed the cards. Please let me know in the comments below. That is so appreciated, as are your thumbs up. Until next time, I think that it's been a while since I've done a stamped background. I'm feeling the urge to get out all the stamps and stamp all over the whole piece of paper. It's been a minute. I like making cards, but I love stamping in that way. All right,